Hello and welcome to this SQL Crash Course. I'm super excited to guide you through the amazing world of SQL. In this tutorial, we will start right from the basics like what is a database to advanced SQL concepts like joins and subqueries. And don't worry, we'll go step by step. Throughout this crash course, we'll cover all the important concepts you must know in SQL. By the end of this tutorial, you'll not only understand SQL, you'll actually be able to write and implement SQL queries on your own. So let's dive right in and make SQL super easy. In earlier times, every record such as tax files, land records, etc. was stored in paper files. These files were kept in cupboards or shelves inside big record rooms. If someone needed information, they had to go through these huge pile of files and pages to get information, which was a very tiring process. So, what is a database? A database is a modern, digitally organized collection of structured information or data that is electronically stored and managed. The software or tool that helps us to store, manage, and retrieve data in a database is called DBMS, Database Management System. DBMS can be broadly categorized into two types, RDBMS, Relational DBMS, and NoSQL, Non-Relational DBMS. RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management Systems. It is a type of DBMS that stores data in table made of rows and columns, and it uses SQL, structured query language, to manage and query the data. NoSQL is a type of database that is designed to handle large volumes of unstructured, semi-structured, or rapidly changing data. NoSQL databases do not use tables, rows, and columns. Instead, they use other ways of storing data. Here are some of the examples of both types of DBMS. In this video, we will continue with MySQL, which comes under RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. Other RDBMS are also similar, only there is slight difference in writing SQL queries when we move to advanced topics. Just imagine you have a very intelligent friend, but he understands no other language but only English. So, if you want to talk to him, you can only do it by speaking to him in English. Similarly, if you want to communicate with a database, you need to write queries. What is a query? A query is a structured way of asking questions to your database. It's actually a language of its own, called Structured Query Language, or simply SQL. If we go by definition, SQL stands for Structured Query Language. SQL is a standard language for storing, manipulation, and retrieving data in database. In this video, we will learn to write SQL queries step by step. Starting from creating database and tables, reading or fetching data, updating data in tables, and deleting value from data. There are multiple ways to start working with MySQL. One of the easiest methods is by installing XAMPP, which includes the MySQL database, MariaDB, and allows beginners to start quickly. XAMPP installation is also simple and similar across most operating systems. Just you need to click on your operating system and the downloading process will start. It might take some time to download depending on your network speed. Once the download is complete, click on the downloaded file. Allow the permission to make changes. Then follow the same procedure as shown. Our XAMPP server is installed. After the installation is done, a control panel will appear in front of you. Or, you can simply start the XAMPP control panel from Windows. Start your Apache server, then start your MySQL. After that, click on Admin beside it. For now, you can ignore what is server. Here is the place where we will be practicing our SQL query. To start, first we will create a database inside which we will create different tables based on requirement. Database can store any number of tables required. First, let's write the query for creating a database. Our database named school is created. Now let's write query to use that database for further creating tables. Sometimes it does not select the database, so better you can manually click on the database name to select it. Show tables query displays all the tables present in your database. Since we have created a fresh new database, so there is no tables present. Now, we will create a new table student. As you can see, we are using different data types like int for roll number, varchar for name followed by their size. You don't need to remember all these data type at a time. Slowly you will learn by using it. Our table is created successfully. Now if you want to check the structure of the table, you can use desk followed by table name. You can see the structure of our table. Now next let's insert some values to our data type. While inserting the values to our table, make sure to enter the values in sequence. As for student, first we will give roll number, then name, then gender, then address. So, you need to enter the values that way only. Our data is stored successfully. Now let's add some more values. Cool, now let's read the file we just entered, whether it is inserted correctly or not. As you can see, all the values we inserted is saved correctly. Alter table statement is used to add, delete, or modify columns in an existing table. The alter table statement is also used to add and drop various constraints on an existing table. Let's understand with an example. We will add a new column DOB of data type date in our existing table student. Boom! You can see a new column got added to our student table. Since we haven't given any values in DOB, so there is null value present. We can also add various constraints to our existing table columns like not null using alter command. Now the column row num has turned to not null, means now null value will not be accepted as an input for row num column. Constraints are used to specify rules for the data in a table. For example, not null ensures that a column cannot have a null value, which we saw just now. Unique ensures that all values in a column are different. Default sets a default value for a column if no value is specified. By using alter table, we can also rename the column name of an existing table. Let's change the name of name column in student to full name. As you can see, the name got changed to full name. The update statement is used to modify the existing records in table. Below is the syntax of it. Let's try some example for better understanding. In our student table, we have not entered any value for DOB column. So, now let's enter the value of DOB column using update. Boom! The DOB value for roll num1 got updated. Now, let's update the value for other students' DOB too. Done. All the DOB values got updated successfully. The drop table statement is used to drop an existing table in a database. The truncate table statement is used to delete the data inside a table, but not the table itself. First, let's try truncate. As we know, the truncate removes all the data from a table, but the table still exists. And, as you can see, there is no data left in the table. Now, let's apply drop to our table and delete the table. You can also directly drop a table without doing truncate. As you can see, the student table got deleted permanently. You can also apply drop to a database and delete the database completely. The database also got deleted. Auto-increment allows a unique number to be generated automatically when a new record is inserted into a table. Often this is the primary key field that we would like to be created automatically every time a new record is inserted. A primary key is a column that uniquely identifies each row in a table. No two rows can have the same primary key, and it cannot be null. For example, in our student table, roll number can be considered as primary key. A foreign key is a column in one table that links to the primary key of another table. It is used to create a relationship between two tables. Let's try by building the database and tables again. We have aligned the queries for creating a database school. Inside the school database, we are creating two tables, teacher and student. The ID column in both these tables, as you can see, is set as primary key, and both are auto-increment, which means while inserting the values in the tables, we don't need to enter the values in the teacher ID and student ID column. As you can see, the teacher ID column is foreign key to student table, which is used to create relation between these two tables. After creating the tables, we are inserting the data to the tables. As mentioned earlier, we are not inserting any values to the student ID and teacher ID column as it is auto-increment. Instead, we are assigning values to other columns. As you can see, our database and tables are created successfully. Also, all the data are inserted to it. Now let's start with select queries. Select queries are very much versatile. Starting with distinct keyword. The select distinct statement is used to return only distinct, different values. Let's implement it, but before that first we will check whether all the values in the tables are inserted properly or not. Now, let's say we need all the names of the different subject in the teacher table. Let's try with distinct keyword. There we go. Now let's move on to where clause. The where clause is used to filter records. It is used to extract only those records that fulfill a specified condition. Let's try with an example. We need only those students' details who study from teacher with ID 2. There it is. Where clause is very much versatile. It can be used with and, or, not keywords for better filtering of the results. Let's execute and, or, not. These are values with teacher ID either 1 or 3. These are values of all the students except with teacher ID 1. The order by keyword is used to sort the result set in ascending or descending order. Let's try both ascending and descending order values. As you can see, the values of student name is sorted in ascending order from A to Z. Now, as you can see, the values of student ID is sorted in descending order. Let's try is keyword. Since here no values contains null, so there is no output. Here, limit keyword fetches you top 3 values from student table. If you give limit as 10, it will return top 10 values of student table from top. An aggregate function is a function that performs a calculation on a set of values and returns a single value. There are many aggregate functions we will see the examples of. SQL aliases are used to give a table or a column in a table a temporary name. We assign aliases using as keyword. Let's understand through example. In this example, min is an aggregate function and older student is an aliases, which will be visible as temporary column name. Similarly, let's try other aggregate functions as well. The purpose of the aggregate function is clear by its name, like min gives you minimum value, max gives you maximum value, etc. Now let's see like keyword. The like operator is used in a where clause to search for a specified pattern in a column. For example, it will fetch the values of those student whose name starts with S. Similarly, if you want to fetch the name of those student whose name contains thus, then you can add % symbol at both ends. This query will fetch the details of those students whose name ends with a letter. This query will give the values of those student whose teacher ID is either 1 or 3. Between operator fetches values that occur between the given range. A join clause is used to combine rows from two or more tables, based on a related column between them. Generally, joins are of three types: inner join, left join, right join. The inner join keyword selects records that have matching values in both tables. Let's learn it through execution. The left join keyword returns all records from the left table, table 1, and the matching records from the right table, table 2. The result is 0 records from the right side if there is no match. Let's execute it. The right join keyword returns all records from the right table, table 2, and the matching records from the left table, table 1. The result is 0 records from the left side if there is no match. Let's see how its output differs from left join. Moving on to the union operator is used to combine the result set of two or more select statements. The union all operator is used to combine the result set of two or more select statements. The union all operator includes all rows from each statement, including any duplicates. The values of student name and teacher name is combined in just one column student name. Let's try it with other example for better understanding. The group by statement groups rows that have the same values into summary rows, like find the number of customers in each country. The group by statement is often used with aggregate functions to group the result set by one or more columns. Let's understand through example. The having clause was added to SQL because the where keyword cannot be used with aggregate functions. Let's see a quick demonstration of it. Moving on to case statement. The case expression goes through conditions and returns a value when the first condition is met, like an if-then-else statement. So, once a condition is true, it will stop reading and return the result. If no conditions are true, it returns the value in the else clause. Let's see how is the syntax of case statement. Now let's learn how to delete any specific data from a table. Now if we want to delete a particular row from the student table, let's say student details of student ID 14. Let's see how to delete. As you can see, the row with student ID 14 got deleted. Let's proceed with writing subqueries. We will see most commonly used situations. Let's say you need to find the student details of students whose teacher teaches science. First write the query for teacher teaches science. Now copy or cut the query, followed by now write the remaining part of the query to get student details and then paste the subquery inside parentheses. Let's move on to next question and find the details of student whose teacher teaches any of the maths, science or English. Follow the same steps like previous one. Let's move on to the third question. You need to print the count student per teacher. That's all for this video. Hope I was able to make you understand all the topics easily. If so, please like this video, share with your friends and also subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Do share your feedback in the comments below. See you in the next video. Bye.